I don't know about you guys, but there was a moment in this episode that made my jaw drop, and then I busted out laughing. Take a guess at which part that is. After an insane episode 4, episode 5 of Severance plays it a little calmer and safer, but nonetheless, it's another satisfying week at Lumen. At least for me. I do get the vibe that the employees are actually miserable. But Cold Harbor, folks, we're doing all of this so that Mark can complete Cold Harbor. What is Cold Harbor? Who does Milchick's hair? And why does Irving look like a tasty snack? Let's discuss episode 5 of Severance. We now know that Helena was doing the team dirty and pretending to be Heliar. What a bitch. In this week's episode, we deal with the fallout from this shocking event. We finally see Helly playing catch up with the team, and she gets a pretty cold shoulder from Mark, who is feeling betrayed, hurt, and just fed up. But let's quickly talk about that mysterious opening scene. You know, the one that shows the guy pushing a cart down the exports hallway? We keep getting closer and closer to finding out what's truly going on down there, but I do have a theory. It seems obvious to me that Lumen is running a dental program. I think Lumen is actually a dental school, and this man was bringing materials down so that the students can practice on the goats. Okay, that's probably not what's going on, but what is up with all that dental stuff? And who is this man that they don't let us see? I kept trying to get a closer glimpse of him, and I thought for some reason it could be Kyle MacLachlan from Twin Peaks, but I am most likely wrong, as I am usually. Jumping back to Heliar and the rest of the team, Dylan is livid over the murder of his friend, and Mark seems like he's not only dealing with sickness related to the reintegration, but also he seems like he no longer trusts Helly. And who can blame him? Helena really did do them dirty. But speaking of Helena, her apprehension at being sent back down to the severed floor, that was hilarious. When she laid out how 2 separate people have tried to kill her, I was like, damn, you know what? That woman is having a really rough time down there, isn't she? Which really says something about her. I mean, if 2 people think you should be dead, that's more of an inward question that you should ask yourself. And the board doesn't appear to give 2 shits about the dangers because once again, Mark needs Helly to complete Cold Harbor. I swear, the way they talk about this project, it better be huge and it better be worth it. Believe it or not, I have not read any fan theories about what those numbers mean. I am trying to come up to my own conclusions, and I'm not really coming up with much, but I have a feeling it's something to do like with code. I think those numbers are a code, and I think maybe he is programming something that Lumen needs. After the funeral that they have for Irving, Dylan notices a painting on the wall, and it features a quote that Irving said as he was leaving the last episode, "Hang in there." It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb once he notices it, and Dylan moves that painting and finds the picture that Irving had painted of the exports hallway, along with the directions that he apparently got from that one lady, I don't know her name. Will Dylan share this info with the team? There was definitely some tension going on between them, mostly due to Mark acting so cold and distant, so I wouldn't be surprised if Dylan and Helly go look for this hallway by themselves and don't include Mark. Now, let's talk about Mr. Milchick's dynamic with Miss Wong, because this scene was unexpectedly funny and quite revealing, I think. It really showed a side to their dynamic that we really don't see. I mean, we know that Miss Wong is this little kid, and it's kind of strange, but we never really got a glimpse of how does Milchick feel about this. Certainly seems like Milchick is not the biggest fan of her, and he might even be threatened by that little girl. Because when she asks about his upcoming performance review, he gives her the dirtiest look that you could give an 8-year-old girl. Is Miss Wong secretly the one who levied these complaints against him that are brought up in his performance review? Those damn paper clips are so important, Milchick. You can't just be putting them backwards. And stop using so many big words. It was kind of funny because as this guy said, you're using too many big words, he proceeded to use a big word to explain why he's using big words. Sometimes it just sucks to be so damn intelligent. Are we finally seeing a bit more emotion from the normally robotic Mr. Milchick? A couple episodes ago, he was given a gift. Some paintings that were of Kier, but Kier with blackface, and it was supposed to inspire him and make him feel extremely appreciated, but it was weird, it was awkward, and it clearly rubbed Milchick the wrong way, as it did for probably most black people watching the show, to be honest. And what is interesting is he's trying to find out just how Natalie felt about these paintings, because obviously they are both people of color. He's wondering, did you like that shit? Because I'm not sure I did. And she really plays it calm. She doesn't really acknowledge him at all. In fact, is that fear in her eyes? Is she scared to say what she really felt? I said in my video from last week's episode that we have not seen the last of Irving, and I was right, and it feels so good. He seems to be aware what his innie was up to. But how, and exactly what does he think innie Irving was up to? And how is that ham dinner gonna go with Bert? Is there gonna be some kind of a sexy three-way going on? Probably not. I think they're most likely gonna discuss what they know about the company. Apple TV is quite brave, but showing 3 old men having sex, that might not fly. It might not fly. And finally, it looks like Mark's procedure is starting to take hold. His memories are starting to blend together, and he has now seen his wife with his own eyes. Well, not really his own eyes, more of his innie's eyes, but he's seeing what his innie saw. The first question Mark should be wondering is, what happened to his wife's hair? What did you guys think of this latest episode? And what did you guys think of Milchick asking Mark about his little extracurricular activity in the tent with Helena? I was flabbergasted. I just never thought I would hear Mr. Milchick drop an F-bomb. It left me shocked and laughing. I couldn't believe my ears. In fact, I had to rewind and listen to it again because it seemed so out of character. Is Milchick a little bit jealous? Your thoughts on that interaction in the comments, and put your thoughts on this episode in the comments. And if you like this video, why don't you do me a solid and hit that little thumb that's used to let people know that you liked their videos. And if you want to hear more recaps, more movie reviews, just see more of this hat, then subscribe to this channel. Later.